Every day, without even realizing it, you are fighting a war. A war that most people ignore. A war that doesn't involve bullets, armies, or battlefields. This war takes place inside your own mind. It is the battle between who you are right now and who you are meant to become. It is the war between your excuses and your potential, your comfort and your discipline, your weakness and your strength. And the truth is simple. If you don't win this war within yourself, you will lose everything that truly matters in life. Let's be honest. Comfort is seductive. It whispers to you every morning when your alarm goes off. Stay in bed a little longer. It tempts you when you see unhealthy food. Just this once. It won't matter. It lures you when it's time to work. Scroll through your phone for a few minutes, and slowly, without even realizing it, you become a prisoner of your own comfort. But here's the harsh truth. Comfort doesn't give you freedom. Comfort doesn't give you happiness. Comfort doesn't give you success. Comfort kills dreams. Comfort destroys potential. Comfort leaves you empty, weak, and full of regret. Now ask yourself, how many times have you given in to comfort? How many times have you delayed action, telling yourself you'll start tomorrow? How many opportunities have you missed because fear and laziness controlled you? Every time you choose comfort, you lose a piece of your future. You bury your goals in the graveyard of excuses. But the opposite is also true. Every time you choose discipline, every time you choose struggle, every time you choose discomfort, you grow stronger. You move closer to your purpose. You build the life you want instead of the life you settle for. This is why discipline is everything. Discipline is not about being harsh with yourself. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is power. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired, some days you don't. But discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline is showing up no matter what. Discipline is doing the work when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the key that unlocks every locked door in life. Think about this. If you only acted when you felt motivated, how much would you actually get done? Not much. Motivation is like a spark. It flares up quickly but burns out just as fast. Discipline is the fire that never dies. It keeps burning day after day, year after year. Discipline is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who live in regret. Discipline doesn't care about your mood. It doesn't care about your excuses. Discipline demands action. And when you give it action, it rewards you with progress, growth, and freedom. But winning the war within is not just about discipline. It's also about vision. You need to see who you can become. You need to imagine the version of yourself who never gave up, who stayed consistent, who pushed through every obstacle. That version of you is real, but you have to earn it. You have to fight for it. You have to sacrifice for it. You have to say no to comfort and yes to discipline every single day. Now let's go deeper. Why do most people lose this inner war? Because they underestimate their own enemy, their mind. Your mind is powerful, but it can also be your worst enemy. It will try to convince you that you can't do it. It will tell you that you're too tired, too weak, too unprepared. It will show you fear, self-doubt, and insecurity. But here's the truth. Your mind lies. Your mind creates limits that don't exist. Your mind convinces you that you're safe in comfort when in reality, comfort is destroying you. The only way to defeat your mind is to train it. You must reprogram your thoughts. You must strengthen your inner voice until it becomes unshakable. Think about soldiers in battle. They don't rely on comfort. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline and training. The same is true for you. You need to train your mind like a soldier. Wake up early, do the hard work, face the things that scare you. Push yourself beyond your limits. Every time you push past fear and discomfort, you train your mind to obey you instead of control you. This is how you win the war within. Now, let's talk about pain. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your ally. Pain is proof that you are growing. Every time you push your body in the gym, it hurts. But that pain is a sign of growth. Every time you study for hours, your mind feels exhausted. But that exhaustion is a sign of growth. Every time you struggle, every time you suffer, every time you face discomfort, you grow. Comfort hides growth. Pain reveals growth. The more you embrace pain, the stronger you become. The more you run from pain, the weaker you remain. You must learn to love the struggle, love the discomfort, love the grind. Because those who embrace the struggle are the ones who rise above the crowd. Look at the world around you. Most people run from discomfort. They choose the easy path, the soft life, the comfortable existence. But that path only leads to regret. The other path, the hard path, the path of discipline, the path of struggle, that is the path to greatness. That is the path that builds leaders, warriors, and legends. And here's something you must understand. Success is not an event. Success is not a single moment. Success is a lifestyle. It's a daily commitment to winning the war within. Success is hidden in the small choices you make every day. Do you hit snooze or do you wake up? Do you eat junk food or do you fuel your body with discipline? Do you waste hours scrolling on your phone or do you use your time to build your future? These choices seem small, but they are everything. Because success is built brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. There are 2 versions of you. One version lost the war within. He chose comfort, excuses, and laziness. He looks back at his life with regret, wondering what could have been. The other version won the war within. He chose discipline, sacrifice, and hard work. He looks back at his life with pride, knowing he gave everything he had. Which version do you want to be? Which life do you want to live? The choice is yours. But remember, the war within never stops. Every day you must fight. Every day you must choose discipline over comfort. Every day you must win. The war within is the greatest battle you will ever fight. But it is also the most rewarding. Because when you conquer yourself, nothing in the world can stop you. When you win against your laziness, your fear, your excuses, you become unstoppable. And that is true power. True power is not controlling others. True power is controlling yourself. True power is having the discipline to do what others won't, so you can live the life others can't. So, stand up. Rise above comfort. Declare war on your weakness. Refuse to surrender. Refuse to quit. Refuse to settle. Embrace the struggle. Embrace the pain. Embrace the discipline. Because the moment you do, you will unlock a life of freedom, strength, and greatness. The war within is yours to win. The question is, will you fight? Life is not meant to be lived in stillness. It is not meant to be lived in endless comfort. Comfort feels safe, but comfort is the slowest poison. It dulls the spirit, weakens the will, and steals the fire that burns inside you. The truth is simple. Nothing worth having is ever born from comfort. Growth demands discomfort. Strength demands struggle. Fulfillment demands sacrifice. Imagine a seed buried deep in the soil. If it stays where it is, if it refuses to push through the dirt, it will remain just a seed forever. It may feel safe in the soil, protected from the sun, the wind, and the storms. But safety means death. To live, the seed must break. It must push. It must force its way into the unknown. It must rise to the surface, face the light, and risk being scorched by the sun. That is the law of growth. You cannot rise without struggle. Look at your own life. Every moment of growth you've ever had came after discomfort. Think of the first time you tried something new. You were nervous, awkward, maybe even afraid. Yet, in that discomfort, you grew. Think of the moments you faced challenge. Exams, failures, rejections, heartbreaks. They hurt, they broke you, but they also built you. You are not the person you were back then because struggle shaped you. The problem is, most people stop here. They learn just enough. They work just enough. They endure just enough. Then they settle. They sit back, they relax, they let comfort seduce them. And once comfort sinks in, growth slows down. Dreams fade away. Potential is wasted. That is why so many people live lives of quiet regret. Not because they didn't have opportunities, but because they chose comfort when they should have chosen challenge. The real difference between those who live average lives and those who live extraordinary lives is this. Extraordinary people deliberately seek discomfort. They don't wait for challenges to come. They chase challenges. They push into the unknown. They train harder than necessary. They work longer than required. They stretch beyond what feels safe. And because they do, they grow stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than the rest. Understand this. The world will never hand you greatness. The world only hands you opportunities disguised as struggle. Every barrier in front of you is a test. Every obstacle is a question. How much do you want this? The universe does not reward comfort. The universe rewards resilience. Think about the life you want. A life of freedom. A life of power. A life of impact. Do you think that life is built by doing what feels easy? Do you think that life comes from pressing snooze? From skipping the hard work? From running away from pain? Of course not. That life is built in sweat, in sacrifice, in relentless pursuit. That life is built when you rise before the world, when you give more than anyone else, when you walk the extra mile that most refuse to walk. Comfort whispers lies. It tells you that tomorrow is guaranteed. It tells you that you can rest now and work later. But tomorrow is never promised. Later never comes. The only time you ever truly have is now. And every later you surrender to comfort becomes another brick in the wall of regret. Picture yourself years from now. Imagine looking back at your life. Will you be proud of the choices you made? Or will you regret the chances you never took, the risks you never embraced, the dreams you left unchased? Regret is the heaviest burden a human being can carry, but you have the power to avoid it. Right now. By stepping into discomfort, by demanding more of yourself, by rejecting the poison of ease. This is the way forward. Embrace discomfort daily. Make it your ally. Wake up earlier than you want to. Push your body harder than it feels like going. Focus when your mind screams to wander. Do the work when no one else is watching. Every act of discomfort is an act of self-respect. Every act of discipline is a declaration. I will not waste my life in comfort. I will become more. And here's the truth many ignore. Discomfort is temporary, but the rewards are forever. The pain of training fades, but the strength remains. The exhaustion of long nights fades, but the results remain. The sting of sacrifice fades, but the pride remains. Comfort gives you nothing permanent. Discomfort gives you everything lasting. This is why you must fall in love with the process, not just the outcome. Outcomes are distant, but processes are daily. If you wait to feel motivated, you'll never move. But if you commit to the process, no matter how uncomfortable, you will transform. Discipline is greater than motivation. Routine is stronger than desire. Because discipline does not ask you how you feel. Discipline commands action, whether you feel like it or not. Let this sink in. Greatness is not built in bursts. It is built in consistency. One hard day means nothing. One heroic effort means nothing. What matters is showing up day after day when it is boring, when it is exhausting, when no one else sees you. The compound effect of discipline creates a life of unstoppable momentum. So the question you must ask yourself is this: will you choose comfort or will you choose greatness? Will you settle into safety or will you step into struggle? Will you waste your potential or will you rise to it? If you want peace, do what is easy. If you want power, do what is hard. If you want an average life, stay comfortable. If you want an extraordinary life, embrace discomfort like it is oxygen. Your future self is watching. Do not disappoint them. This is not just motivation. This is reality. Life will not wait for you. Time is running. Each day you spend in comfort is another day you never get back. But each day you spend in discipline is an investment in a future worth living. Choose discomfort. Choose growth. Choose greatness, because comfort is death, and discomfort is life. There is a truth that many avoid, a truth that most fear, yet a truth that cannot be denied. You were not created to live a small life. You were not born to simply exist, to wake, to eat, to sleep, and to repeat until your days are gone. You were created to rise. You were created to expand. You were created to conquer the mountains inside you and the world around you. And yet, what holds most people back? Not their circumstances, not their lack of talent, not the opinions of others. What holds them back is the silent prison of comfort. Comfort tells them, this is enough. You don't need to push harder. You don't need to sacrifice more. You don't need to rise any higher. Comfort chains their ambition, blinds their vision, and suffocates their dreams. But deep inside, you know the truth. You know you are capable of more. You feel it every time you look in the mirror and imagine the version of yourself you could be. You feel it every time you go to sleep and whisper, "Tomorrow, I will change." You feel it every time regret stings you, reminding you that you are not living at your full potential. That voice inside you is your soul crying out, "Rise beyond your limits." Limits are illusions. They are not walls, but shadows. They look solid, but when you step into them with courage, they dissolve. Every limit you have ever faced was broken by persistence. You once thought you couldn't walk, but you did. You once thought you couldn't learn, but you did. You once thought you couldn't endure pain, but you did. Every chapter of your life has already proven you are stronger than you think. So, why do you still hesitate? Because fear hides behind your comfort. Fear tells you the pain will be too great. Fear tells you the sacrifice will be too heavy. Fear tells you that you will fail. But fear is a liar. The pain is temporary. The sacrifice is an investment. And failure is not the end. It is the foundation of greatness. Understand this. Life will test you. It will push you to your breaking point. It will strip away your excuses, crush your comfort, and force you to decide, will you rise or will you collapse? That decision defines everything. Those who collapse live ordinary lives. Those who rise live legendary ones. Picture yourself standing in the middle of your greatest challenge. You are tired. You are broken. Your mind screams to stop. Every part of you begs for comfort. And then, in that exact moment, you have a choice. Give in or go on. And if you go on, if you take one more step, if you push one more time, if you endure one more second, something miraculous happens. You grow. You break the limit. You become more. This is the path of the relentless. Not to avoid difficulty, but to embrace it. Not to wait for strength, but to build it through struggle. Not to dream of freedom, but to earn it through discipline. The relentless are not special. They are simply those who refuse to quit when everyone else does. The greatest mistake you can make is believing that your limits are real. They are not. Your mind creates them. Your fear fuels them. Your comfort protects them. But you can destroy them. How? By action. By daily, disciplined action. By stepping forward when it feels impossible. By choosing the hard road over the easy one. By training your mind to see struggle as opportunity and pain as progress. This is the secret. Every limit is broken the same way, by going beyond it. One more rep, one more hour, one more day. The body breaks and rebuilds. The mind breaks and sharpens. The spirit breaks and strengthens. That is how warriors are forged. That is how legends are born. But here's the truth many refuse to accept. Rising beyond your limits is lonely. Most people will not understand. They will question why you work so hard. They will laugh when you sacrifice comfort. They will doubt your vision. Do not let their doubt become your cage. The path of growth is walked alone, but at the end of that path is freedom that few will ever taste. your journey is not about proving them wrong. It is about proving yourself right. It is about honoring the gift of life you have been given. It is about refusing to waste your days in comfort when you were meant to live in purpose. Ask yourself right now, are you living at your maximum? Are you pouring out every ounce of effort, or are you holding back, saving energy, protecting comfort? Be honest, because honesty is the first step to change. If you admit you are holding back, then today must be the day you rise. Rise beyond your excuses. Rise beyond your distractions. Rise beyond your fears. Rise beyond your limits. Because the clock is ticking, time will not wait for you to be ready. Life will not pause until you feel comfortable. Your chance is now. Discomfort is the bridge to your dreams. Pain is the passage to your power. Sacrifice is the price of your freedom. If you are willing to pay that price, if you are willing to step into the fire, then you will emerge unshakable. You will emerge unstoppable. You will emerge transformed. And when you look back one day, when you stand at the peak of your life, you will not remember the nights you chose comfort. You will remember the nights you chose discipline. You will not remember the days you wasted. You will remember the days you fought. You will not remember the moments of ease. You will remember the moments of struggle that defined you. Comfort dies. Growth lives forever. So rise. Rise when you are tired. Rise when you are afraid. Rise when you have nothing left. Rise beyond your limits, because that is where your destiny waits. That is where your greatness is born. That is where your dreams come alive.